Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be all about some new e.l.f. makeup releases. They have released quite a few products over the past few months, and I've been testing out a lot of them. I have their new Camo CC Cream. I have a bunch of products from the new Mint Melt collection, as well as the Putty Blushes, all kinds of things. So in today's video, I'm going to share the pros and cons of each product and let you guys know which ones I think are worth checking out. That way, if you're planning on placing an order or trying some new products, hopefully this video can be helpful for you. I did purchase a lot of these products and then I did get some in the mail as PR, but this video is not sponsored at all. So anyway, I'll go in the order that I would apply the products. I did film some application clips so you can see how they actually look on the skin and apply, and then I'm wearing other products today so I can kind of point them out to you. So let's start with the Mint Melt Cooling Face Primer. I picked this up because it sounded really interesting. It did kind of sound like the Jelly Pop Primer, which I actually haven't tried. So if you guys have tried that one, how do they compare? Are they similar? Are they very different? They have very similar claims, so I'm very curious to know if they do work in the same way. So this is a unique gel texture primer that keeps your makeup in place while hydrating your skin with a cooling effect. It does have a little bit of a vanilla mint scent, which I think smells really nice. It's not noticeable once it's on the skin and the rest of your makeup is in place, but you can smell it when you're applying it. I think that it does have a little bit of a cooling effect to it, so it feels good on the skin. And it's interesting because it is more of a gel type texture, but it's a little bit thicker and slightly tacky. It does remind me a lot of the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer, which is why I'm curious if it is similar to the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Primer, because I know a lot of people have compared the Jelly Pop Primer to the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip. So I like the fact that it is very moisturizing, especially for the winter time, but because it does have a very slight tackiness to it, I do feel like it grips your foundation and keeps it in place a little bit better than other moisturizing primers. Even though it does have that slight tackiness, my makeup still goes on really evenly and very smoothly. Sometimes when primers have a little bit of a sticky or tacky feel, your foundation looks uneven or patchy. That's not the case with this one. I definitely think it is a good option if you prefer a moisturizing primer, but you want one that's going to grip your makeup into place a little bit better. So this is definitely a product that I do like and I do recommend. Okay, moving on to the e.l.f. Camo CC Cream. I know everyone has been raving about this, so I have been really curious to try it out. When they first released it, I wasn't sure if I was going to pick it up because it's not necessarily my ideal type of base product. I do have oily skin and I usually prefer more mattifying base products, but I do enjoy a hydrating option on occasion, like the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Tinted Moisturizer. I also like their hydrating foundation. So I'm not anti-hydrating products. I just feel like it has to be the right one. So I did pick this up. It retails for $14. It comes in 20 different shades. So I got the shade Fair 140W, which is way too light for me. So I am wearing this today. I mixed it with a darker ColourPop foundation and the color is just a little bit off. The undertone is off. This is just way too yellow toned for me. But I think if I was to go darker, I'm not sure that the undertone would work well for me either. So I just don't know about the shade selection. I feel like a lot of the shades are very yellowy or they're very warm toned. And I don't know, if you guys have purchased it, you'll have to let me know if you can find a shade that works well for you. When they first released this with 20 shades, some people were saying you don't need your exact shade because it's a CC cream and it can kind of adjust, but I definitely don't think that's the case because this is a full coverage product, so if the shade is off, you're definitely going to notice. I'm going to include an application clip for you. Just keep in mind, I know this is the wrong shade, it's too light for me, but I wanted to show you guys how the product actually applied to the skin, because when you apply this product to the skin, it looks really nice. It's definitely a medium to full coverage product, but it has a ton of moisture. So I think if you have dry skin, you're really going to appreciate that aspect. So when I initially apply this product, I think it looks so good on the skin. My skin looks healthy and dewy and glowy. I wish that I didn't have to set my base products because I think it looks really nice on its own, but I have to set them into place with powder. Otherwise, it will totally move around and melt on me within an hour or two due to my oily skin. After I set my skin, I feel like it looks pretty good, but this product just doesn't last on my skin very well. I would say that it looks good for like 4 to 5 hours. And then after that, it starts to break down. It wears off very unevenly and it will cling to any texture or dry areas or any breakouts that I have going on. So for me, that's usually my chin, especially over the past year with wearing a mask. I feel like that area has been breaking out a lot. So I noticed that it just looks really terrible after like 4 to 5 hours. I also feel like once I actually set this product into place with a powder, it doesn't feel really hydrating on the skin or look really hydrating. Unlike some other products I've tried, like the ColourPop Tinted Moisturizer or even their hydrating foundation. So as much as I like how my skin looks initially, it just doesn't look good after a few hours. And I think it's because I just have very textured, oily, breakout prone skin. If you have normal or dry skin, you might actually like the texture of this product because it is very moisturizing and it definitely provides a lot of coverage. I just don't think it's for me. So e.l.f. is really well known for their camo concealers. They have the regular full coverage matte version. They also have a full coverage hydrating version. I do like both of those, but I know not everyone wears a full coverage concealer, so it's nice to see them come out with something different. This is the Flawless Brightening Concealer. It retails for $5 and there are currently 12 different shades. So I'm currently mixing two shades together. I have Fair 15W, which is a little bit too light, and then Light 26N, which I do like, but it's almost a little bit too peachy. So typically I mix these two together. I'll show you guys how this product actually applies, but it is a lightweight, flawless brightening concealer. It is infused with key ingredients to conceal uneven skin tones and then also under eye shadows. I would say if you deal with really dark under eye circles or you need a lot of coverage, their other concealers are going to be more ideal for you, but this is such a good alternative. It's very natural, very lightweight. It covers just a little bit, and I feel like that is a nice option to have. I'm someone who does like to wear more medium to full coverage foundations, so I don't always feel like I need to layer a heavy concealer on top of a heavy foundation, and this is just the perfect balance because I do feel like it brightens my under eyes. It helps with any, color correcting, covers any redness, but it's not too heavy. This is not necessarily a long wearing crease proof concealer, but if I do set it into place with powder, I can get like a regular 8 to 10 hours out of it. I'm not necessarily looking for intense, long wearing, full coverage base makeup these days, so I do like this one for everyday wear just because it feels very light, very comfortable. It's really blendable and just quick and easy to use. As part of the Mint Melt collection, e.l.f. did release 2 of these little eyeshadow quads. So I wanted to share my thoughts on these. They are very similar to the bite-sized eyeshadow palettes, but I do feel like the bite-sized eyeshadow palettes vary a little bit in terms of quality. There are some that are perfect and flawless, and then some that are a little bit lackluster and slightly patchy. And I do feel like that is the case with these two as well. I can definitely get them to work for me. They retail for $4, so they're not super expensive. They are a fun way to add a pop of mint to your collection, but I just wanted to share some thoughts on them. Let's start with the one that I'm wearing on my eyes today. This one is the Chocolate Mint Quad, so I'll share some swatches first. It comes with 1 mint shadow and then the rest are neutrals. So this is going to be ideal for you if you tend to wear neutrals and you're happy with just 1 pop of mint. I don't feel like everyone needs to add multiple mint shades to their collection. Maybe it's something you'll only wear on occasion. If that's the case, this might be the quad for you. So on my eyes today, I have this lighter brown as a transition color, and then I have the darker brown in the outer corner and then also blended up into the crease. I took the light metallic shade and placed that all over the lid. It kind of looks silvery on the eyes once it's mixed with the browns, and then I have the mint on the lower lash line. I did apply it on top of a mint eyeliner just to get it to really pop. I initially just started blending it on the lower lash line on its own and it wasn't really coming off too vibrant, but if I do take my finger and apply it to the lid, I think it looks really pretty as well. So out of the two, I think that this one performs the best. The other one is called Mint to Be. This one is like a fully green eyeshadow quad. So let me swatch this one for you guys. The matte shadows don't swatch well and they definitely take a lot of building on the eyes, which I'll show you guys in a second. The metallics in here are really good. I would say they're better than the mint metallic in the other quad. So just keep that in mind as well. I did have to kind of work through the initial top layer, but once I got through that, they applied really well. So for the eye look, I did speed it up, but I didn't make any cuts because I wanted to show you guys how I had to build up the matte shadows to get this look. In the end, I feel like it came together, but it took a lot of work to get there because these are very, very lackluster. They're pretty dry, and I just don't think they're as pigmented as some of the other shadows in these bite-sized eyeshadow palettes. So if you have a darker skin tone than I do, this probably will not be a good option for you. The metallics are gorgeous. They're really vibrant, and I think they'll work for all skin tones, but the matte shadows are definitely duds. I know it's only a $4 palette, but I feel like for 2 out of 4 shadows to not perform well, that just kind of makes the entire palette a fail, even though the metallics are super, super pretty. I've been testing out these No Budge shadow sticks. They did release 4 new shades. They have 10 shades total. I think it was an existing product on their website, and I know that they did release some of these as part of the Mint collection, and I might try those out after trying these because I really like these. So these retail for $5 each. They're supposed to be metallic cream shadows that are smudge proof, long wearing, and crease resistant. I know that a lot of you guys are big fans of like one and done eyeshadows. I love eyeshadow palettes, so typically I'm the type of person that will like pull out 3 different palettes and use them for one eye look, and I don't typically do like a one eyeshadow look. But sometimes when I'm in a hurry and I still want to wear eyeshadow and do something fun, I do feel like one and done eyeshadows come in handy. So I do like these for that purpose. You can also use them alongside of powder shadow just to apply them all over the lid to kind of finish off the look. I have been using them on the waterline. They don't last on the waterline very well, but they do add like a hint of a metallic shine, which is kind of nice. So I tried these initially without a primer and they creased on me very, very quickly. My reasoning was if I'm in a hurry and I'm throwing on my makeup very quickly, I don't always take the time to apply an eyeshadow primer, set it into place, and then go in with a shadow, but that is the way that you have to apply these. I definitely recommend using an eyeshadow primer, and if you really want them to last for a long time, set that primer into place with a powder and then apply these on top. Either do that or set these into place with a translucent powder or a similar color. This is coming from someone who does have oily eyelids, so if you have dry eyelids, it might be a different case for you, but they creased on me pretty instantaneously when I didn't use a primer. Once I used a primer and I set that primer into place with a shadow, these worked really well and they lasted all day long. So I do really like these. These are not a product I thought that I would like, and I did get these in the mail as PR. Otherwise, I don't know that I would have purchased them and tried them out because I don't wear a lot of cream shadows, but I feel like I'm trying to step out of my comfort zone a little bit in 2021 and just try more cream products, and I feel like there are quite a few formulas I've really been enjoying. So I'm definitely not writing cream products off anymore. I like these a lot, and if you're a fan of just something quick and easy, I think you'll like them too. Just make sure to prime your eyes and set that primer into place first. e.l.f. also released some new shades of their liquid metallic eyeshadows. These retail for $5. They have 8 shades on the website, and I have 4 to swatch for you guys. So I really like their liquid glitter eyeshadows if you want like really intense sparkle, but I don't think I'd actually tried their liquid metallics. The liquid metallics are basically liquid eyeshadows with a high impact metallic finish. So I, again, really like these. I'm not always a fan of liquid or cream shadows, but again, these are just very easy if you are in a hurry. You definitely need to prime your eyes and set the primer into place, but these stay in place a little bit better than the cream shadows because these do dry down. I do feel like these take a little bit more work. You can apply them and then you can use your finger, but I like to use a brush to kind of smooth out the edges, and they look really pretty, very shiny, very gorgeous. There are a lot of really pretty colors to choose from. If you like liquid shadows, I think you'll enjoy this formula. I feel like liquid shadows are kind of becoming very popular again because not everyone prefers to work with powders. These look really pretty on the eyes, so I have been enjoying them. I just wanted to swatch some of the new shades for you. I think this green is especially gorgeous. So e.l.f. did release a new mascara. This is their Lash It Loud Volumizing Mascara. It retails for $6. I've actually never tried an e.l.f. mascara that I've enjoyed except for the Keep It Curl mascara. I really like that one. I think that that one provides a ton of volume. It makes my lashes look really long. So after trying that one last year, I thought maybe I would have better luck with their mascaras, but unfortunately, this one did not work for me. This one is described as a mega volume mascara that helps your lashes look fuller, bolder, and longer than ever. And I would say that it doesn't really give any volume at all. It's a very wet formula, so it's hard to build it up because it takes forever to dry down. So I can't really layer it up unless I'm willing to sit there for like 10 or 15 minutes and wait for each coat to dry down. And even when I do build it, it doesn't look very dramatic at all. It's almost more of a natural mascara. I would say that it gives a little bit of length. It's very good at separating. So the only way that I would really ever use this again is if I went in with a super dramatic mascara and it was starting to look a little bit clumpy. I might use this to kind of comb it out a little bit, but I could just use a regular spoolie for that purpose. So this just felt like a complete fail to me. I've seen some people really raving about this. So if you have good natural natural lashes, you might like it. I have very, very sparse, thin, short natural lashes, so I need something that's going to really build well and give a lot of volume and length, and this just didn't do it for me. I am in the process of testing out their new lash and brow serum, so I took a before photo. I want to use it for like 1 or 2 months, and then I'll update you guys and let you know if it helped grow my lashes. I feel like I'm seeing a little bit of a difference so far. I've been using it for a few weeks, but I want to make sure I use it for like a month or two, and then I'll let you guys know. I do have 2 lip products to share with you guys. The first one is this Hydrating Core Lip Shine. So I only have 1 shade in the color Blissful. I thought I ordered 2, but I must have just gotten this one. So I will swatch this one for you guys so you can see what it looks like. It is a very warm nude, but I was able to test out the formula and I do really like it. So these retail for $6. They come in 8 shades. It's supposed to be a melting lip balm with a heart-shaped core that moisturizes your lips while adding just a sheer tint of color, and I would definitely say that's the case. This does feel and look really nice on the lips. I would say that it's not quite as moisturizing or as glossy as like their sheer slick lip tints. Those are so nice, but they do have a ton of pigment. This is a little bit more of a natural looking lip product. So I do like this one a lot. I think it's super cute. It's not like the most incredibly moisturizing lip balm that I've ever tried. So if that is your main goal, you might want to skip over this one, but it is a really nice everyday lip color. I like how it adds a hint of color without being over the top. They have a scent. It's kind of like a vanilla scent, which is nice again, but you can smell that once it's on the lips. And I feel like that's the case with a lot of lip products because your lips are right under your nose. So just keep that in mind. But I do enjoy this. I think it looks really nice. I also got one of the Mint Melt Lip Plumping Glosses. They released 4 glosses as part of the Mint Melt collection. There was like a sheer with sparkle, kind of like a light minty tone, this one, and then also a darker nude as well. These retail for $4 each. They're supposed to be high shine hydrating lip glosses that deliver a plumping power effect in one swipe. So they do claim to make your lips look fuller. They also claim to hydrate, and they do have a vanilla mint scent. I love this formula. This feels like a high-end gloss, and I think I'm actually going to pick up the other nude, which was like a dark chocolatey color. I think it is sheer, but I have to double check. I love the way that this feels. It applies so nicely. It's incredibly glossy and comfortable. You get a good amount of color, but it still leans on the sheer side, so I think it's great for everyday wear, and you can layer it on top of lipstick or wear it alone. It does have a little bit of a tingly minty feel. It claims to plump the lips, so as with most plumping lip glosses, you can kind of feel it on the lips a little bit, but I do think it is really, really nice. I would have totally worn this today. I just felt like, I mean, it's kind of similar to what I'm wearing, but it just felt a little bit too warm for this eye look, but I love this. I think it will be one of my ideal shades during the summertime when I'm wearing like a lot of golds and bronzy tones, and I'm impressed by this. It really does feel like a high-end formula. The last product I want to share with you guys is actually the Putty Blush. These retail for $6. They come in 8 different shades. I actually have 5 to share with you, so I will swatch them for you. These are supposed to be velvety, lightweight putty blushes that melt into your skin. So they claim that these are highly pigmented and creamy. They're supposed to give you a natural glow. They're also supposed to be lightweight and buildable, and then they're supposed to transform from a cream to a semi-matte powder finish. Okay, I think some of those claims are true. So I don't think they are quite as vibrant when they're on the cheeks as they look in the actual packaging. They look very, very vibrant and intense, and there are some darker and brighter colors that you can build up to be pretty intense. So I do think there is something for everyone, but I think as you apply the product to the cheeks, it looks a lot more sheer than it does in the pan. I think that's something to keep in mind when you're picking a color online. I would definitely go based on swatches rather than what the product looks like in the packaging. So I do think you can build them up and layer them. I do think if you layer them too much, it almost starts to take away the product that you layered underneath. They don't build as well as some other cream products that I've tried because they are more of a matte product once they're on the cheeks. If you continue to layer it, it just kind of like pulls away and starts to look a little bit patchy. If you want the most vibrant application, I would recommend going in with your finger. But again, as you kind of like rub it onto your cheeks into place, I do feel like it kind of picks up the product underneath. So I actually just like to use a brush. You could use any brush, and I just kind of stipple them onto the cheeks. And for me, I tend to prefer a lighter blush application anyway, so I'm not someone who would like to build them up to be too intense anyway. If you are a big fan of cream blushes, I don't know that this is going to be the formula for you because when you touch them, they feel really nice. really smooth and really creamy, but they dry down so quickly to more of like a semi-matte powder finish. The weird part is they're not transfer proof. So even though they dry down, they're not going to lock into place all day long. They stay in place for maybe like 5 or 6 hours, but they definitely fade throughout the day. I think I'm wearing the shade Bahamas, which again in the pan looks pretty intense, but on the cheeks it's a lot more sheer overall, but I like how it looks. It doesn't give my skin a glow or anything, you know, too intense, but I do think they're nice for everyday wear. They're quick and easy to work with, and they look really natural on the skin. So I do like them, but there are definitely pros and cons. So just weigh those pros and cons and decide if it's something that you would like to have in your collection. But I have been enjoying them, and I will definitely continue to wear them. Okay guys, so that is the end of my video. That is my review on all of these different e.l.f. products. I hope today's video was helpful if you are trying to decide which products to try, which ones to avoid. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I appreciate it so much, and I'll see you very soon in a new one. Bye.